Welcome anyone to my YouTube channel. This is Everett, aka 2BCQ, aka the Beast with the Least. And for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Xbox Developer Direct 2026. But let's go ahead and hit that intro. Alright then. Before we get into talking about this whole shebang-a-bang, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, you know? Do the things. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go with overall. I thought it was fine. You know, you're going to see on the internet the divisiveness of it, obviously, but I thought it was fine. You know, they showed 4 games. Obviously, there was always going to be a secret 4th game. They only announced 3 that were supposed to be there, but there was a 4th game. The 3 that we knew that were going to be there were Fable, Forza Horizon 6, Beast of Reincarnation, and the 4th game was Kiln, a new game by Double Fine. So yeah, I thought overall, you know, all the gameplay they showed, what they were talking about, everything looked good. You know, I wouldn't say it was great, unless you're obviously into maybe Double Fine games, and for sure think Beast of Reincarnation looks great. Then maybe, yeah, it is great, because obviously Fable and Forza Horizon 6 both look good. It is Playground Games. I don't think granted, they've only made Forza Horizon games, but clearly they know what they're doing. Yeah. But also I don't think it was bad, you know, which would be the other side that people be on. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start with the game that I actually didn't really like at all. Or not that I didn't like, I just don't care enough about. It's going to be Kiln. As you can see here in their little gameplay overview, you have Tim Schafer here, you know, doing his thing or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, it's going to be a multiplayer. Yeah, here we go. You see the shots from their game, Keeper, that they released earlier this year. Trying to show you some gameplay in this freaking video. Yeah. So it's just you make clay jars, and it's a multiplayer game. They called it like a brawler. So you make your jars. That's going to be your character. Apparently, depending on the size of your jar, the shape of your jar, you can go through certain spots in the map and everything. But yeah, I don't know. It looks fine. I'm not a Double Fine guy. I am more, you know, into other things, I guess. I don't know. I haven't thought of Double Fine as making great games basically maybe since I like Costume Quest. Maybe not Costume Quest 2 as much. But yeah, I'm not a Psychonauts guy. I was pissed off about Brutal Legend. You know, again, I played that Keeper game. You know, it was a walking simulator with some light puzzle elements. Something I wasn't too keen on. I know that they've made other games like Iron Brigade and whatever. So yeah, I don't know. This was the secret game they showed. So again, if you are a huge fan of Double Fine, you like their art style. You know, they always make wacky looking shit. I am gonna play it. You know, I signed up for the beta just to check it out. You never know. Maybe I'll eat my own crow. Yes, you thought I was gonna say something else, and I made sure you thought I was gonna say something. I'll eat crow on this one, and it's a really fun game. You know, whatever. Hopefully it's free to play. I don't remember if they said that. Granted, unfortunately, I was at work when they showed this. Remember that, so I didn't get to get a good look at every game. But yeah, that was Kiln, you know, so hopefully if that suits you, you know, it comes out soon. All these games are coming out this year, which is the big thing. But yeah, all right. Next game that I'm going to talk about was the second game they talked about. The first game they talked about was Forza Horizon 6. Fable was the last one, so that's what I'll get to last. But Beast of Reincarnation, the game from Game Freak, famed developers of, you know, Pokemon, basically. I know they made other stuff, but Pokemon is what they're known for. Yeah, this game looks really good. It looks. I never thought the Game Freak could make a game that looked this good, because obviously they just make Pokemon games, and especially even with last year's Pokemon Legends ZA, they don't look the best. And you can blame Nintendo hardware for that a bit, but like also at the same time, no, you can't just say it's the Nintendo Switch or just Nintendo hardware in general, like the fault of that. Maybe it is just Nintendo saying like, just make something. Or maybe because while they were making this, apparently this game's been in development for like 7 years. They just were not focusing on Pokemon like that because they know they don't need to make Pokemon games look that great. They just need to be Pokemon games. But yeah, this looks really good. You got there's going to be a dog companion, so probably watch out for that. He'll named Ku. He'll probably die near the end. It's a hack and slash. It does look like it's Souls-like. So, I know a lot of people are tired of the Souls-like trend happening. I'm still not tired of it yet. A Souls-like from, if it is a Souls-like, they say hack and slash, but the way it's precision combat and all that stuff, that's Souls-like. But a Souls-like from Game Freak, people who make Pokemon, we're fighting these plant parasites in a post-apocalypse world. Oh yeah, sign me up. I like post-apocalypses. Who doesn't? But yeah, looks good. I can't wait. I think it comes out summer of this year or spring, I think, of this year. So yeah, looks really good. Next game I'll talk about is now Forza Horizon 6. Going to be set in Japan this year, so that's really awesome, actually, because one of the things that I am really glad that they're doing is they're going to be having the game have a lot of like urban areas, a lot of city, a lot of not just, here's big open, nice grassy mountainous whatever area like previous Forza Horizon games. This one, they're like, let's have a lot of city, area to just drive through. A lot of, downtown Tokyo kind of things and all that stuff. Obviously, they still have all the, you see it right here, all the nice grassy mountainous areas. But then you got your urban areas and suburban areas. You see this with the freeways and all that. You got the cherry blossoms, which, of course, it's Japan. You got to have the cherry blossom trees, right? And you could just, I don't know how well it looks due to the YouTube compression, but like, just look at this game. Like, they know what the fuck they're doing and how to make games just look so gorgeous. Like, Playground Games just, again, they don't make bad Forza games, Horizon games anyway, Forza Horizon, which is why I'm very hopeful with Fable, which is set to release this year as well. And this right here, Forza Horizon 6 is coming out May 19th, so that's very soon. But yeah, this very, very beautiful game. Very beautiful game. I can't wait. I really can't wait. If you like Forza Horizon, I bet this is just going to be just as good and should not disappoint. I've already seen it, people saying it, but I know it's a little hyperbole, but if this game meets the quality that Horizon games typically meet, and Fable actually meets the hype that it's starting to really get, Playground might have two Game of the Year contenders on their hands releasing this year. Yeah, like I remember when Xbox acquired Playground, I was like, oh yeah, like it was Playground and Obsidian. I was like, these are, yeah, those are two of the best acquisitions they could have come up with, could have gotten at, like, just, yeah. But all right, Now let's go ahead and talk about the big game, Fable. It's coming out this year. Another Playground Games. No more Lionhead. Rest in peace, Lionhead Studios. But I mean, if you're gonna have a studio make an open world RPG, this is probably the team to do it. Playground, they are. Again, I think they're either tied for or maybe the top developer that Xbox has. And I know Obsidian probably could be considered their best developer. But, Obsidian can be a hit or miss. I know they released a game that I didn't really care to. I think it was Pentiment. I think that was them. I could be completely off on that, and Pentiment wasn't them. But yeah, I remember not really caring too much about that game. But yeah, like obviously, Playground has only made Forza Horizon. Again, they've, as the kids say, they don't miss when it comes to that. So this is a completely different beast of what they're doing, what kind of game they're making, an open world RPG, and that could blow up in their face if they're not careful or whatever. But no, again, this game looks good, and they've confirmed it. They're gonna have the character creation. They are doing things differently a little bit with the morals, the morality system. They're not going to do it just straight good or evil. Apparently, it will be a little bit more in the gray area, kind of like, oh, should you not do this or make these choices, things like that. And so with that, apparently they are getting rid of your character looking different depending on if you go good or evil, which I know I've already seen some people a little disappointed with, but honestly, I could take or leave that. It doesn't really matter. And they are still going with the same battle system, of melee, magic, and ranged, guns, sword, magic, obviously. Again, this game looks good, and again, this game looks insanely gorgeous. I don't remember the name of the engine that Playground uses, but man, they know what they're doing. They know how to develop a game. They know how to put the visuals on display. Yeah, I couldn't be more hyped for a game in a while than Fable as of now, because it's been so long since we've had a proper Fable game. We had Fable 3, but after that it was just, we had Fable the Journey. We had that Fable games, card games or whatever it was, pub games, there we go. We had that multiplayer game. Other than that, Fable has been dead. Granted, yeah, Lionhead was killed, so there's that. But I think, yeah, again, I just think Playground is probably the best developer to go through with it. And then, you get in trailers, and they've confirmed it. Yeah, they are still having that British humor and everything. So yeah, again, just could not be more hyped for a Fable game than I've ever been before. So yeah, that was the developer direct. Again, I'll say it was really good. It was really good. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna say it was great. Again, I'm not a big fan of Double Fine games. Kiln looks okay. Beasts of Reincarnation does look great, but obviously, it is still early. That game could crash and burn. But obviously the two that I do have the highest hopes and highest belief in is the Playground games, Forza Horizon 6 and Fable. So yeah, that was a developer direct for 2026. Which, leads me to my final, talking point. Xbox this year looks like they're going to really, if everything comes out, we don't get any more delays. What we're getting, because these 4 games are going to be on Game Pass. Even Beasts of Reincarnation. And it's going to be Xbox Play Anywhere. Pretty much all these games are going to be that. So you buy it on Xbox or get it on Xbox, or you have Game Pass. You can play it on Xbox or PC. Obviously, these games are coming to PlayStation as well, but whatever. But if Xbox releases all of these games and they all hit this year, think, and again, we're also talking about they hit that level of quality or just are that good, what people expect. We're going to have Halo Campaign Evolved, which if you just love Halo, it should be good. Whether you maybe you don't like sprinting and aim down sights and all that stuff, but I'm in the camp. Yes. Here I'm going to get some hate. I'm in the camp that sprinting in Halo and aim down sights, is kind of necessary. You're a fucking super soldier. You can't sprint. No, I see no issue with sprint. So yeah, we're going to get Halo Campaign Evolved, Gears of War E-Day, which they did, there were some new details, let me real quick look it up. New details on Gears of War E-Day, which is supposed to hit this year. We'll have a new Call of Duty game, which, whatever. If you don't like Call of Duty, you don't like Call of Duty. Still, you're going to get a Call of Duty game. Forza Horizon 6, Fable, Kiln, the Beast of Reincarnation. We're set to get some really good games coming out this year, or expected to get some really good games out this year. And if you have Game Pass, man, I know they raised it, $30 a month. Pro tip, you go to Amazon, they still sell them for $20 a month, so just buy a bunch of them. But yeah, I think even with Game Pass as expensive as it is, you can still justify having it with what they're releasing. But real quick, I do the Gears of War E-Day details that came out. It's a prequel, obviously, explores the origins of the friendship between Marcus and Dom. It's going to be Coalition's most ambitious game yet, built from the ground up in UE5. The entire story is set in one city to deliver a more focused, intimate story. Kelowna is the name of the city, I'm assuming. That's what it says right here. Kelowna is one of the first cities to fall on Emergence Day, and the game will document this. We think it has the potential to be one of the best stories in the Gears franchise, and Coalition did not confirm a multi-platform release, but said that it was cool to see players come together without barriers, quote-unquote, in Gears of War Reloaded. They're still targeting a 2026 release. So, yeah. Again, I've said this too in a few podcasts. If we really get all these releases, and granted, GTA still comes out this year, and then we're gonna get Wolverine. There's Soros coming from on the PlayStation side and everything, and then we get all the games that I just talked about. Just those games alone, right there, is yeah. This we still have Resident Evil Requiem coming out, I believe next month. Let me look it up real quick. Okay, it's February. Yeah, 27th of February. We still have Neo 3 coming out. There's Code Vein 2. The first Code Vein was pretty good. Let me see what else is coming out. We got Replaced, which a lot of people have been, hyped about. Mouse PI for Hire, something that I've been really looking forward to. 007 First Light, Pragmata, Phantom Blade Zero. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff. Plus, there's still the Duskbloods coming out, and maybe we get a new Mario game, announced that comes out this year or whatever. Because, as far as I know, Nintendo hasn't really announced anything else. But yeah, the Duskbloods from FromSoft is coming out. That'll be on the Switch, Switch 2. yeah, we have a chance for 2026 to be considered one of the best years in gaming. Like it, I legitimately think we do have that. So, yeah. Again, Direct was really good. I'm hyped for Forza Horizon Fable, Beast of Reincarnation. I'll check out Kiln, and yeah. But all right, that's gonna go ahead and do it. You like what I do on this channel. You like my podcast. You like the way I just am an idiot on camera for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification icon, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll catch you later.